Hey everybody, thanks for coming to our Facebook live chat with Ed Sheeran. Usually we do this with a large group of people, but it's just Ed, and I figured it'd be odd if it was just you by yourself looking at tweets and answering them on a screen. So the hashtag is Ed Sheeran on Hits 1. Hi, I'm Mikey Piff, at Mikey Piff on Twitter, at Ed Sheeran.
Hey.
Thanks for coming back. Really
Thanks for
appreciate
having
it.
me.
Last time he was here, you did our first ever sidewalk session in the middle of New York.
Have you done one since?
No, you were the only one. We can't think of. We need people as big as Ed to do them, or else we don't. We want to make sure that it stands up to like the legacy of what we're trying to create. How did you feel after doing it?
I remember sweating a lot. Yeah. Just because it was so humid, but I really enjoyed it. I was nervous beforehand because the police said that we weren't allowed to tweet out to tell people to come, so we had to tweet out like 10 minutes before. So it was like empty, and then it got very full.
Well, see, I wouldn't have been worried because you did a show in Long Island recently, a few weeks ago, and you just walked into a venue and wanted to do it, and you filled it in 3 hours, which is how many people did it fill up? A few thousand?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it was good. It was good. We decided at 6 to play. It was sold out by 7. Went on stage at 9. It was good.
Is it kind of? I mean, it's not narcissistic, but do you think it's a little crazy that you can tweet something and 3 hours later it can come to fruition? Like, come on, a few thousand people. I want to play a show. Show up.
Depends. It depends
Not
where
that
I
that's-
am.
not
It
that that's
depends
a
where
good
I
thing.
am. Like because I just did 3 Madison Square Gardens, and I'm not playing New York on this tour. So being able to be in the vicinity of New York, I know that some people want to come and see me. So if I tweet out, I know that a certain amount of people will come down.
Narcissist.
Plus, it was a holiday weekend. No one was at school, and it was a suburban neighborhood.
Now, a lot of people are asking when are you going to come to other parts of the world. Like I saw Austria, Philippines. What are there any plans for global expansion?
Yeah, next year I'll go to all the countries I've never been to. This year I'm doing all the countries I already have been to, and next year is the real expansion.
And is there any country that you specifically like? I really want to go here. This would be really cool.
As a continent, South America, just because most of my tweets are Spanish or Portuguese, so I just assume I'm doing alright over there.
The fans are really wild over there. They get really excited about anything. Are you prepared? Are you extra security or?
I think they're probably, because you can probably get kidnapped or something. But yeah, we'll see.
Now you were just on today. You were on the morning mashup. You were on Howard. What any surprises come up or anything that you were like,
Howard wasn't Howard was very, very respectful and just a great interview. And I think I worked myself up yesterday by watching old interviews and expecting to be torn apart. But it wasn't that. It was all about just having a conversation about music, which I really liked.
And as always, the morning mashup. You've been on the show before.
Yeah, I mean, you kind of know what to expect with those guys. They're just friendly, let's have a laugh kind of thing.
Yeah, awesome. Some more questions. Hashtag Ed Sheeran on Hits 1. Why wasn't New York on the album?
Because there were too many ballads, too many slow songs. So yeah, that'll come later.
Okay, when from your homeland, when are you going to come to Manchester again?
Next month. Yeah, those tickets have been. That gig got announced in January. Well, those 3 gigs got announced. 2 gigs. Yeah. So if you had followed, you'd know.
Follow it on Twitter at Ed Sheeran. Now, last time you came here, because obviously you've been on the road for quite a while now. Even including Taylor, there's a minimal break in between. So last time you came here, you were talking about the sweet things that you do for your girlfriend while on tour. I think one of the things I remember was you got a cheese pizza and wrote like "I love you, is this too cheesy?" on the box. What was something that you've done recently for her while you've been on tour to show her how much you care, that you missed her?
Not really. I've been collecting postcards from everywhere I've gone.
That I didn't tell you this. That inspired me because I did that to another girl because it wasn't me that was going away. She went away, and I felt like she would miss New York, so I sent a postcard from New York as if I was visiting. So thank you for that.
Of course, man. Killer.
Exactly. Yeah. I love lessons from Ed Sheeran. That's you should write a book. Love lessons from Ed.
Yeah, I don't know. I can't really. Yeah.
It could be a movie.
Could be. Wouldn't be a very successful one.
Yeah.
But we could do it. It could be like the Vanilla Ice movie. Did you ever see that?
I haven't, but I would imagine it probably wouldn't be like the Vanilla Ice.
I watched it the other day. It was.
Is that something late at night you were like when you watched this Vanilla Ice movie?
I was just looking up Vanilla Ice. It was very curious.
Is that something where like you just get a thought in the middle of the night and all of a sudden you go into like
No,
the
I was
spiral?
watching a whole load of VH1 Behind the Music, and that just happened to be one of them. And then I looked them up afterwards.
Did you not? How familiar were you with Vanilla Ice?
Well, I mean, his big hit came the year that I was born, so not really that familiar at all.
Oh, yeah. My favorite song is his Ninja Turtle song, Ninja Rap.
Yeah, that was in the documentary as well.
Another question from Melinda is Music. Do you regularly jam out to your friends' music on your iPod?
Yeah.
Are there a few that specific, like lately you're just... I know you tweeted about Vance Joy, I think?
No, Foy Vance.
Foy Vance, sorry.
Vance. They get confused.
Yeah.
Well, that was the last person that I listened to on repeat. He sent me a new song, and I just did not stop listening to it. It was just looped for 2 days straight.
If you had to cover one Beyonce song, which would it be?
If I could sing it, 1+1, but I don't think I could sing it as well as it.
Let's see. So many international people. Portugal, Philippines. Which of the new songs is the hardest to sing for you?
In its original key, Thinking Out Loud, but I move it down a tone so I can reach the high note.
A lot of people asking if you have any plans for a new tattoo.
Yeah, I just need to find some time. I haven't had any time.
Any, do you want to share, or you keep it to yourself right now?
I want to do some filler for a bit.
Okay.
Yeah, some coloured filler.
When was the last time you went to the cinema?
Gosh, when was the last time I went to the cinema? I don't really know. Maybe two years ago?
Is there anything that you really, really miss, like, I guess, quote-unquote normal stuff that you don't get the chance to do as much? Cause
well, it's kind of cool now in a non-douchey way. If I want to see a film, I contact the film company and they send me a DVD of it.
A watermark DVD.
Yeah,
that's cool.
So I can kind of go to the cinema in my own house with my mates. So like the other day we wanted to go to the cinema, and like the last time I went to the cinema in my hometown, it was not fun at all, because you're trying to watch a film, you spend your whole time taking photos or being filmed watching the film. So yeah, I've just got into a habit of asking for.
What was the movie?
What, this one?
Yeah.
The In-Betweeners, the new film. Do you have that? You don't have that over here.
No, we don't have it here.
I did it with Dallas Buyers Club as well, and some other stuff.
Awesome. All right.
Only when I'm home though.
Oh, when do you think? And this is a good one.
Hobbit. That was the last thing I saw in the cinema at the premiere.
Oh, that's a good one. Last one coming.
No,
you didn't like it?
Fault in Our Stars was the last one I saw at the cinema. Yeah.
Oh,
and it was a late
you
night
bawl?
viewing. Oh man, I did. Yeah.
Tears.
I did.
Ugly
And
tears?
I mean, I'd seen it before, but like, yeah, it's just it wasn't ugly tears. It was respectful tears. But I was next to a man that was ugly crying.
No, wait. What's a respectful tear like? I've never heard that before.
Just that.
A little teary, and you're like,
with just the running, just that, yeah.
This is a good question, and awesome because Fall Out Boy's got a new song coming out today called Centuries. Do you think you and Patrick Stump will ever collaborate in the future?
Yeah, I'd like to think so. I think.
Are you a Fall Out Boy fan?
I am, yeah, I am. But like from day one.
Do you have a favorite record or song?
I think my song's Know What You Did in the Dark. I saw him play that with Taylor at I think it was Giant Stadium, and it was incredible. So yeah, I think they're bringing back rock music in a good way.
Yeah, I'm missing that. I know the Foo Fighters got a record coming out. I feel like there's, no offense, do a lot of just acoustic guitar stuff, but you do it way more creatively. But yeah, I'm lacking in rock and roll. Is there anybody that people should listen to that you really dig?
Royal Blood, they're the new rock band in England, and they're sick, and they'll break over here, and they're kind of like the new saviors. They're great. Royal Blood.
Now your fans are really creative. They know not to ask kind of boring questions. Somebody, let's see, In It With Bass, Nicole asks, if you had to have an animal come on stage with you during your shows, what would it be? Like a Bengal tiger, like...
no, just a sloth. I wouldn't want it to do much. It'd just be a sloth hanging. Just kind of look around like that at the crowd, and then now and then just go like that again. Just a sloth.
If we could find one.
Yeah.
Who do you write your albums about? Is something a lot of people get asked. I would assume personal experience.
Yeah, usually.
I don't think we need to go into that. What song do you most look forward to while performing on tour?
Bloodstream. Song on my album called Bloodstream.
Any specific reason, or just?
It's just really fun to perform live. Yeah, it's really fun.
Is there any particular show that stands out the most?
On this tour?
This tour in general, that where you were like blown away, like where you had a moment on stage?
I mean, the Paramount show that I did in Long Island was great. The Nashville Ryman Staples was really cool this time around. Just because you get to a point when you play LA and just like loads of people that you like in terms of like musicians turn up to check you out, and that was one of the gigs where I just had a lot of people that I really respected come and see my show. So that was cool.
Did any of them give? I mean, I'm assuming you maybe afterwards you say hi to them.
Yeah, well, I ended up in my dressing room with John Mayer until probably about 2 a.m. just having a conversation.
Was it just in general music or?
Yeah, playing each other's songs, talking about music, talking about ways to deal with stuff. Like it was a good conversation.
And does that musically? Does that inspire you more when you and John Mayer, arguably probably the best guitar player of our time, just hanging out with him?
Yeah, I mean, he's someone I grew up listening to, so to be able to, I think just having him come and check out a show, that was what meant the most to me. But obviously having a conversation is great, but I like when people come and see my show, because that's what I'm about.
Now, let's see, I can't pronounce her Twitter handle. Z asks, who is your celebrity man crush?
Timberlake.
Have you ever gotten the chance to talk to him?
Yeah, I hung out with him a couple of weeks ago, actually, which was pretty random, with my parents. Just me, Timberlake, and my parents.
That's cool. How did that come? Did you just bumped into each other?
No, I played just before him at a festival, and then when he was on stage, his bodyguard came and grabbed me and my mum and dad and then brought us back to the compound. And then the next day I had some whiskey with him, and then that was it.
That's awesome. Yeah, Southern whiskey, it seems appropriate.
Yeah. I didn't sip it though. He was sipping it, and I had a few by then, so I just downed it, and then he was there like, dude, what are you doing?
The gentlemanly way. You sip your drink slowly.
Yeah.
What was that like? Was it again another musical conversation like you had with John Mayer, or?
No, it was like, it was kind of, but it was more of a hello, let's meet up at some point and have a musical conversation. It was 15, 20 minutes.
That's super cool. Justin Timberlake and Sheeran doing a song together would be awesome. Not saying it is happening, but maybe.
I wouldn't say no, obviously.
Yeah. Somebody actually that I spoke to the other day that you did a song with Hoodie Allen.
Yeah.
That I've become buddies with. Can you tell us anything about that? Because that sounds like a pretty cool.
Hoodie's album's going to be big, man. Hoodie's album's going to be big. He's aligned all the stars in the right places, and he's going to do really well.
Yeah, but his story is really awesome because he is a smart guy to go to an incredible college, work at Google, I think, right, was his thing, and did you ever at some point say, dude, like, this is a really off, not that you're not good at music, but wow, you gave this up for this, it's really fascinating.
No, because a couple of weeks after I met him, he headlined Rosenborg 2 nights. So I met him at a point where he definitely had made a success of himself, so me being like, hey, you should stop this now.
Well, I'm not saying you should tell him to stop it, but I'm like, it's fair. It's really impressive. I only found that out the other day.
But I think he's probably a better rapper and performer than he was Google employee. There's someone that would work better than him at Google. Easily.
Okay.
Yeah. He was probably great at Google, but there's no one that can do what he does now, but there's plenty of people that could do what he did at Google, if that makes sense.
No,
so it's good that he's following that lane.
Absolutely. There are a lot of marriage proposals on Twitter right now. Will you marry all of them? Okay.
Eventually, after all the divorces, I'll be broke, so you're going to have to support me.
Let's see. Who is Sheeran? Asks, are you going to play Photograph or The Man at any future shows?
No plans to, no. But, they might pop out, but in those big arena shows, when you play songs like that, it just puts a halt to it, and the show becomes very gloopy after that.
Is it interesting that whether there are songs on the album or just stuff that's out there when people ask for them?
I play random songs that people wouldn't necessarily ask for. I think those songs, would be ones that I should play. It's just in terms of putting on a big show and keeping an audience held, like a small demographic are going to love to hear those songs, but the wide thing would be they just lose interest and it would be harder to get it back. So the show at the moment holds everyone's interest to the end. You start dropping in songs like that, the more slow songs there are, the harder it is to kind of keep everyone's attention.
So generally, forget about the questions for a second. I know you've been having a long day. Have you been living? Just good, happy,
Yeah, it's
content with how everything's going?
I think so. Yeah. You know, I'm still wanting more. Obviously, it's I think it's healthy to always strive for more. But yeah, I couldn't complain.
Do you have like a lot of people say like to visualize your goals, you just write them down on a piece of paper? Are you that type of person? Like,
No, I just set them in my head one at a time and work until they're achieved. Yeah.
what's left on the Ed Sheeran goal list?
I mean, having a top 10 hit in America is definitely still on the list. Selling more of this album than the last album is definitely on the list. Playing a stadium is definitely on the list.
Any particular stadium, like the O2 back at home, or?
O2's an arena. We're doing
Sorry.
four of them, but Wembley Stadium. Yeah, that's the iconic one.
So, is there any plans for that?
Yeah.
You gonna do it?
I mean, we'll see.
All right.
We'll see. I have to wait for availabilities and stuff, but I'd love to do it.
Yeah, I was really impressed when Taylor Swift did 10 dates at the Staples Center in LA in a row. When I sold them all out, I'm like, I was talking to someone the other day, and I was like, who can fill an arena these days? There are very few people that can do it.
Oh no, people book arenas. They just.
Right. I'm sorry. Sorry, stadiums.
Oh, stadiums.
Stadiums. Like obviously like the Rolling Stones,
because
Taylor Swift.
people book arenas and they just curtain it off. Because
Right.
I see everyone playing arenas, and I kind of asked my promoter the other day. I was like, are they and curtains, man.
Yeah.
Curtains. They curtain off all the seats and play to a couple thousand people.
Absolutely. But like, who else do you think could fill a stadium other than like Taylor, the Rolling Stones, like?
Taylor, Bon Jovi, Rolling Stones, Kenny Chesney, George Strait, U2, maybe Coldplay. That's it.
Yeah. Now,
One Direction as well.
of course, where we are going on right now. And we just actually, one of the best things we get to do is just help the fans out with getting to shows when they can't get to them. And we just gave away a row to all of your shows on tour, which was awesome. What does it still blow your mind when fans are like, I'm sure they're waiting outside right now in the building, when there's just like a frock of people waiting just to get a glimpse of you? Does it still register? Yeah, still.
Yeah, I guess you have to kind of be expectant of it. You just have to be aware of it, I guess. Yeah.
I mean, it's hard to ride that line because people want you to be a role model, but you have to be yourself. It's like, not to say that you're not.
I think you become a role model by being yourself. I think that if you teach kids to be themselves, they'll be a lot happier. Like, don't worry too much about trying to fit in a specific box. Just be yourself, and the box will fit in around you, I guess.
I think people are a lot better about that now, especially like there are downsides to social media. Obviously, everyone has a voice, and some voices are a little bit more louder and annoying than others, but at the same time, you can just be you, and it's there forever. Like whether you're a giant nerd or love music or
I think just no one in the world is going to be a better you than you, and you're going to fail trying to be anyone else. So don't bother.
I think that was a Dr. Seuss quote. Like, there's no better you than you.
Yeah, the Dr. Seuss quote. What? Oh no, I'm thinking of the love one. We're all a little weird, and sometimes in life we find someone whose weirdness is compatible with ours, and we call it love.
I'm still working on it. I haven't found somebody weird enough for me. But all right, here's another question, which I was going to ask too. How's the new CD going? Will we have it next year, or are we going to have to wait like 2-3 years like the last
You'll have new music next year, but you won't have the new Ed album next year, but you'll have new music.
How far along in the process are you?
I mean, I could release it tomorrow, but it just wouldn't be up to scratch. I mean, it'd be a bunch of songs that were cool, but yeah, I want to put the same process into it that I did into this album, make sure it's perfect.
Did you work with anyone that you can share with, or to have?
For this album, the next album, no. I mean, same people as last album, Foy Vance and Johnny McVeigh, and recorded a bunch with Rick Rubin, but that's kind of it.
When's the last time you were just like sitting doing something and a song just came to you, you had to stop what you were doing to go write a song?
I mean, I do that for ideas of songs, but never like for a whole song, because I'll expand the idea of a song when I actually have time, I guess.
What, let's see, Corel Maley asks, what's one of the funny stories you have from a fun night with you and your mates recently?
Rudimental band tour on my opening act on tour played a club night in Kansas City the other day, and we went to the club night. It was my first time where we had a day off, so I was going to go and like have a lot of fun, but no one turned up to the club night, so we basically took it all over, played whatever music we want, danced however we wanted, drunk whatever we want, do whatever we want, and I just had a wicked time in an empty club. It was brilliant.
That's awesome.
Really.
And it wasn't weird that it was an empty club. You were just like, great.
Well, we got to a point where we just didn't really care. So like we were DJing to ourselves and play. It was great.
Well, what was on the set list then that you were DJing? If you can remember.
I mean, the main one I remember was do you know what's it called? You know, the Jungle is Massive tune. Wicked.
No.
Jungle is Massive, incredible.
All right.
That one.
I don't know that one, but I will go download it.
Yeah, it's good. Jungle is Massive.
What other than what we talked about so far, are there any other artists or songs that you kind of have on repeat on your iPhone or whatever that we should listen to?
Everything that Chris Brown's bringing out, I love. Yeah.
I love New Flame.
Yeah, it's a great song.
Rick Ross, obviously, on that as well.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, he did a remix of "Don't" that's out. That's really cool.
Yeah, it's fun. Ty Dolla $ign. He just brought out a mixtape. It's really cool.
How do you keep up with music? Are you just, when you're not on tour, you just constantly like?
I go on iTunes every week, and if there's a new release I want to hear, I'll buy it. Which is usually every week.
Gotcha. Or like SoundCloud or anything you ever?
No, I'll just go and buy it. It's easier if it's just on your phone. You don't have to wait for an internet connection.
No, that's true. Let's see. Ed's Armhair asks, "How are your cats doing, Graham and Stan?"
Haven't been home, but they exist. So.
Do you miss them?
Yeah. I just miss being home.
Are you a cat cuddler? Like, do you love?
I just like having one about. It's like your little mate when you're there.
Are they the fun kind, or are they kind of like the dickish kind where they're just off doing their own thing? And
No,
they've
got a personality. Yeah. I mean, they go do their own thing, but yeah, it's cool.
I feel like cats get a bad rap sometimes. Because they can be kind of selfish if they wanted to.
Yeah, but they take care of themselves and they don't shit everywhere.
That's true. I actually saw someone walking a cat once. I thought it was an alternate universe.
That's
but
weird.
Yeah, it was really weird. But yeah, I love the fact that you don't have to pick up there after them, other than the shovel.
Yeah.
Which is, I think there's more dignity in that than picking up dog poop in the middle of the street.
Yeah, it's not good.
I finally, by the way, I met Taylor's cat for the first time.
Which one?
The new Olivia, the tiny one. And that is that she could rob a bank and everyone would be okay with it. That is the most adorable cat ever.
She's awesome.
Did you have your cats before Taylor had hers?
No, she's always had Meredith. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, I got Graham in like February.
Do you ever bond over your cats?
Of course, yeah.
What
There was a point where her cat was sending my cat videos.
Really?
Her cat would be like meowing.
That's great. And is that just like a tweet or just like a text or whatever?
Just a text of Meredith being Meredith.
I heard she's feisty. I heard she kind of like wants to be on her own now.
She kind of gives no fucks. She does her own thing.
I understand. Would you one of the last time we spoke, going back to animals, you had told me that with on a day off with your girlfriend, just I think it was her birthday, you had rented pug puppies. Would you ever think about getting dogs after that, or would you just?
If I had enough time to take care of an animal, then yeah, but it would be unfair to get a dog. Cats can kind of take care of themselves, but you have to walk the dog twice a day.
That's why I would never get a dog. I feel like it'd be home by itself all the time, and I would feel awful.
Yeah, that would suck.
All right, we're gonna wrap up with there's a few more questions. I feel bad I can't get to everybody's. Okay, Pamela H96 asks, "What was your best childhood memory?"
I don't know. I've forgotten quite a bit of childhood.
Because you made so many new memories?
I don't know, you kind of block out stuff that isn't that important, I guess. I wasn't really that happy in primary school. I was a very weird kid, so I don't really want to remember most of that. So I don't really.
So then, I guess currently, what's your fondest memory like now? If you have, I'm sure you have many. But.
Yeah, I guess my dad taking me to concerts when I was a bit younger. Yeah.
What was the first one he took you to?
Green Day.
Oh, that was awesome. Was that your first? What was your first concert?
First concert was Green Day.
My first was Blink-182.
Same sort of thing. Yeah.
But I tried to learn to play guitar because of Green Day's Dookie album.
Yeah. Same.
There we go. All right, Ed Sheeran, everybody. The hashtag is Ed Sheeran on Hits One. Thanks for making it trend worldwide. Multiply's out now. Ed's on tour right now, and is there anything else that we need to share with the universe other than keep buying the album?
Thank you for tuning in. I'm sorry if we didn't answer your questions.
There's like a bazillion. I'm sorry. I'll answer them for him if you want, in the nicest possible way. See you later. Oh, at Ed Sheeran, at Mikey Piff.
In it.